So it is official that Deebo Samuel wants to be traded out of San Francisco. This should come as no shock if you have been following Samuel. He wiped anything that has to do with the 49ers from his socials. Contract talks between him and the team have just stalled, and he did not report to voluntary workouts. But why does Deebo want to be traded out of San Francisco so soon? It's easy to assume it's because of his contract situation, but in reality, that's actually only half the story. Samuel had a huge breakout season last year. Not only did he finish top 5 in receiving yards, but he proved himself as a versatile weapon, carrying the ball for nearly 60 times and over 360 yards with 8 touchdowns. The 49ers offense ran through Deebo Samuel, and he was a huge part as to why they were successful. But Samuel does not like it. He coined the term wide back since he could literally line up anywhere on the field, and it almost became like his personal brand. But in reality, Samuel does not like being used in this way, and it kind of makes sense. The more times you touch the ball, the more times this is going to happen in your career, and the shorter your career is. Samuel had 136 touches last year, which is a lot for a wide receiver. Deebo is being smart and realizes that if he continues to be used in this way, then his career won't be very long, surely because of durability issues. But at the same time, this usage is what makes Samuel so special and is what led him to have such a great season. So with the historic season that Deebo had, along with the meteoric amount of touches, it's understandable why he would want a new contract. But Samuel's play is not the only reason why he wants big bucks. In case you haven't noticed, the wide receiver market was completely reset this offseason. I made a video taking a deep dive into it, but it essentially started with the Jaguars paying Christian Kirk $21 million and other wide receivers wanting more money. The Jags did a really smart thing by just screwing over the other 31 teams with this contract. Now, before all that happened, Samuel was still looking to get a bag from the 49ers. His rookie deal is expiring, and he came off an outstanding season. The wide receiver market getting reset just amped up how much Samuel wanted to make his new extension. But I think Deebo requesting a trade because he hasn't gotten his new contract yet is a little diva-ish to me. Yes, he deserves his new contract, but at the same time, these things don't just happen overnight. The Niners are in a little bit of a tough situation when it comes to cap. Jimmy Garoppolo has still yet to come off the books, which is really the main obstacle when it comes to getting a Deebo Samuel extension done. Plus, extensions off of rookie contracts normally don't come until later in the offseason. Darius Leonard is literally the best linebacker in the game right now, and he didn't get his extension until training camp. The same thing happened with other non-first round picks from the 2018 draft like Fred Warner, Dallas Goedert, Nick Chubb, and Braden Smith. All of them got their contract extensions in July or August this past year, which were going to be contract years for them. So does Deebo deserve a huge contract extension? Yes, but he also needs to realize that these things don't happen immediately and that the other wide receivers who got paid this offseason were in completely different situations than he is. But what Deebo doesn't realize is that the Niners will most likely hold a good bit of leverage over him in this situation. It's pretty clear that Samuel will hold out until he gets a new contract. But if he misses a mandatory camp, then he does not get his 4th accrued season in the NFL. This means that he would face restricted free agency the following year, not unrestricted free agency, meaning that the only way he could leave the Niners is if another team matches or outdoes San Francisco's offer to Samuel, which would make his market a lot more limited. Now, San Fran would be a lot smarter to trade Samuel, allowing for someone else to pay him a huge contract, and in return they get a boatload of picks, but restricted free agency is a huge possibility for him. There are also 3 NFL wide receivers who are hoping that Deebo gets his wish of a huge new extension. AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, and Kerry Mclaren are all wide receivers who are due for a new contract very soon. Not only that, but all 3 of them also have the same agent as Deebo Samuel, Tory Dandy. He was also the same agent that just made Denzel Ward the highest paid corner in all of football. He also got guys like Mike Williams, Chris Godwin, and Marshawn Lattimore huge deals as well. The man is one of the best agents in the NFL. McLaurin, Brown, and Metcalf know that if Danny can pull this off and make Samuel one of the highest paid non-quarterbacks in all of football, then they will be in for a very huge contract themselves very soon. So let's say the Niners do grant Samuel's wish of being traded. What are some possible trade packages and trade destinations for the all-pro wide receiver? I think the big team a lot of people are throwing around are the New York Jets, and this makes sense for a couple of reasons. Firstly, Robert Saleh and Mike LaFleur. Both of them worked with Deebo while they were in San Francisco and know very well what he is capable of and what he can add to that Jets offense. New York also lost out on the Tyreek Hill sweepstakes earlier this offseason and are in desperate need of a true number one wide receiver, which is something that Deebo can 100% be for the Jets, helping out Zach Wilson immediately. Not only that, but New York is fairly set on cap room for the next couple of seasons, and they have a ton of draft capital they can give up. A trade package for the Jets could look like New York getting Deebo, with San Fran getting the number 10 overall pick, which was originally Seattle's, the Jets' second round pick, number 35 overall, a 2022 fourth, and Denzel Mims. San Francisco reloads on draft capital, which is scarce for them this year, while also adding a young wide receiver who could use a change of scenery. The Philadelphia Eagles should also be considered serious contenders for getting Samuel. Before Samuel officially requested to be traded, General Manager Harry Roseman was talking to the media about how the wide receiver position was booming this offseason.
Yeah, I think every year position kind of becomes like, I like that word, the boom. It's like the new mining town, right? It's like it becomes, you have pass rushers, you have offensive linemen, and now you got wide receivers. It's just, you got to make a decision, on what your priorities are on building the team, and whether you're going to kind of go with the flow or you're going to kind of figure out what is the most important thing for your team, and if there's some value in being different. If we're going to be the same as everyone else, we're probably going to finish in the middle of the pack. And sometimes you got to take risks and you got to kind of stand out there and do something different than everyone else.
Philadelphia has been linked to getting a prime wide receiver for almost the entirety of the offseason, whether that be through free agency, a trade, or the draft. And Deebo is the perfect guy for the Birds to get. He can be the yards after catch receiver, allowing for Devonta Smith to flourish as a deep threat. And getting a guy like Samuel, who easily gets open, can take a lot of pressure off of Jalen Hurts. A trade package for the Eagles could see them giving up number 15 overall, a 2022 third and fourth, along with Kenny Gainwell. Yes, Kenny Gainwell and not Jalen Reagor. I chose Gainwell since he's actually like a budget version of Samuel, just that his natural position is running back. He lined up a good bit at the line as a wide receiver, and he has also had 100 touches as a rookie on a team that featured a couple of other decent weapons. So that's it for today's video. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button. Goes a long way towards supporting me in this channel, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. Also, make sure to check out all my other social media links listed down in the description below. I have an Instagram, a TikTok, and a Twitter. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.